want weirdo or do you want it?
If you don't really know what's going on, there's a show that also doesn't know what's going on. Call that radio TV. You call that radio TV. You call that radio TV.
Welcome to You Call That Radio TV. We have the tremendous and Gallus on the show tonight. Absolutely banging band from Glasgow with those indie rock, punk, garage vibes. Also, thanks to everyone who tuned in last night to The Dreams Are Mental. So if you want to know what your dreams mean, go and check out that show. Will Sharon might be a genius. I explained what it all means. Tomorrow night, we have the incredible Captain Barrett, who's the creator of Boomtown Festival, a legendary DJ, and he's pretty much banged out a new playlist every day since lockdown began on Spotify. I'm delighted to have him on the show tomorrow night. It's going to be Wales versus Scotland, the hip-hop edition. So he's going to play a tune from Wales, I'll play a tune from Scotland, and only one can survive. It's kind of like a battle to the death to see who wins, Wales or Scotland. On Monday, we have... Where is he? He's here somewhere. No, he's not. Dead Sheeran, who just got number 3 in the Louder Than War Album of the Year charts. We're going to have him on the show on Monday. And it's quite a mad one. For the Daft December days, we've got a pub quiz. We've got an interview with I can't tell you about that one yet. We've got this as well. We're going to do a live stream gig live from Capture Works. We've got Bomb Scare, The Rag and Bone Man, Killing Hipsters for Rock and Roll, the Fast Camels, and the best MCs in the country are going to do the Class of 2021 Hip Hop Cypher as well. But also tonight we'll be doing a raffle. We're doing a daily raffle throughout December as a thank you to all our Patreons. This show is not possible without our Patreons. We're up to 185, which is brilliant. We're trying to get to that holy grail of 200 Patreons. And so if you want to support the show and you can afford a couple of pounds a month and you want to be in a daily raffle to win things, then you go to patreon.com/You Call That Radio. And you can also donate to PayPal. I'll leave that up on the screen for you just now. Tonight, we're giving away a calendar, the 2021 calendar, which is made by Michelle Cohen, who was on the show on Monday, called That Was Then. She's the one that went viral with a picture of a fox in George's Square, an amazing artist, and her 2020 calendar, her best pictures from the empty streets of Glasgow is part of the calendar. One of you will win that tonight after we speak to the legendary Gallus, who are warming up in the green room right now. So let's just let's bring them on. I think that's the best thing to do. Let's bring on the Gallus.
You call that radio, more like a TV show, on almost every night. It's gonna be streaming live. You call that radio, more like a TV show, on almost every night. It's gonna be streaming live. You call that radio. Brothers and sisters.
Is that you, Daniel? Are you before me?
Call that radio.
You call that radio.
Get a 4-5 round, pick me up a 6-pack.
Hello, yes, this is Dog.
Is indeed you call that radio. We have Gallus live in the studio. I suppose they're not really live in the studio at all. They're live wherever they are. Gallus, can you hear me?
Can loud and clear, mate. What an intro that is, man. Fried all of it.
We've got a few. So what I'm doing is we had one good intro, and then I nearly went a bit mad just listening to the same intro because we've done this pretty much every night since it began. So we've now got about 6 or 7 intros that do my nutting just as much. 2021 is the year of the new intro. So if you
mate, I quite like it, man. It's just fucking all about the place. I'm quite into it, mate. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, if you want, we are looking for new intros, so we're putting it out there. If you just want to do a jingle or something, that's absolutely fine.
Oh, perhaps, mate, perhaps.
I wouldn't associate you as a band to make jingles, though. I would. How would you describe your music?
Shite. Don't listen to this. I'm kidding on. Fucking.
No, yeah, there's lots of people are, man. I was looking at I was listening to you on Spotify earlier today. It's like you're nearly 10k monthly listeners on Spotify.
It's a pretty good time. Pretty good time, man. We've been bringing out tunes, so that's like particularly quite high because of that. But it's feeling pretty good right now, and the tunes that we've brought out, Marmalade and What Do I Know, seem to have been getting like received well. So that's always quite good. I'm enjoying it.
Brilliant stuff. Has it been good to kind of just have a bit? Obviously, nobody wants this year. Yeah. Nobody wants this. But has it been good in a? And I think because obviously, yous are flying high. Has it maybe been a good time to just sort of pause and reflect and just sort of think about what yous are about?
I think it was quite important. I think it was going to be quite important anyway for us to have this sort of adapting period and a sort of like experience of being in a band and sort of like having a wee sit down and thinking, because we brought out sort of like same sort of type of indie punk music, but there still was like different styles, and it was quite good to have a like sort of time where we're like, what are we actually doing? What are the tunes we're fucking writing as well? So for that to have been done during lockdown, I think is a benefit to us because we can come back with a more like kind of clear head on what to sort of like do going forward when shows come back.
And I think as well, just all your fans as well, they'll be missing the buzz of a live show that maybe people take for granted sometimes. So you can be sure it's going to be a wild party when it's safe to do so.
Oh, I fucking hope so, man. Had a dream the other night about Transmit happening, and just it'll be pure banging if that like goes ahead.
Well, you were booked for Transmit?
Aye, we were booked, man. Yeah. And we're supposed to be on it 2021 if it happens. Yeah. Which I think will take well, man.
I think so. I mean, it's I think what it's quite good to just sort of stay in the middle of being positive, but not getting your hopes built up because you're just going to get a series of crushing blows. You know, I know people that have been trying to get married and rescheduled 6 times, and you do feel like just going, here, just give it up the now. You know what I mean? Just but I mean, I think it looks like maybe there's some good news with regards to the science and stuff. I mean, I'm speaking to a few festival organisers on this show, and everyone seems to be quite optimistic just now with the rollout of the vaccine, and also the fact that the how much better and quicker the tests are getting. So it looks like maybe it will be a case of a very speedy, more inexpensive, more accurate test, just getting everyone a quick test before they go in. And if or something like that, that's how it might look. But who knows, man? It's best not to get too far ahead of yourselves. But I like the idea of you just saying to yourself, you know, what we doing, what is actually happening with my band. And I seen that you were loving the Gorbals live stuff, the recordings. So could you tell us a wee bit about that?
It was sort of like it was very last minute that it happened. Our manager Jokey got messaged by the guy running the session, and someone I don't actually know who it was backed out, or couldn't be, or wasn't available for any sort of reason, don't know. And Jokey was like, "This is something that you need," because it was like, it's quite hard for us because our main selling point is that we're a live band on our shows and stuff like that are like what they are. But we're very proud to have that be our thing. But obviously, the year would have like our year faced a lot of problems because we couldn't play live and stuff like that. So when he came forward with us, we were like, "I choking it a bit." It was on my birthday, which was quite nice as well. And and it's like it kind of sort of like gave us a bit of a push again because it was nice to sort of remind ourselves and remind people that watched it that this can come back quite soon, and when it does, we'll be there as well. Do you know what I mean?
I think shout outs to Gorbal Sound as well, because
Oh yeah,
I know exactly what you're saying. You know, you're a live band, and it's always a danger. How do you capture the live energy onto a record? There's loads of bands out there that make tremendous records that can't cut it live, and there's great live bands who don't actually that I love watching live that I wouldn't listen to in the house and stuff. But so it's always the challenge. You know, we've been going through that as well. We've been doing live streams from Capture Works who do a phenomenal job of somehow making it sound and look entertaining enough. But it's difficult, especially when you've not got that crowd. Just live sessions in general, even before this year, it's hard. And I don't know how. There's a science to it that's obviously way beyond my expertise level. And but I think Gorbal Sound did a great job, man. I think we're going to play that just now, and yeah, just to give people a little vibe. People are tuned in that aren't aware of you guys. I think Eye to Eye, it's just cracking recording and a great performance.
No, thank you very much, mate.
I wanna be the one who's got his fingers on the button, 2 hands take grip on everything and nothing. I wanna be the one who fits in with the rest. Neat hair, clean nails, pass the acid test. Always pretending I'm making my back. Something is better, I'm just to the pack. Borrowed and stolen, notice by no one affected. Broken, losing. Heading in everyone's sight. I wanna be a jack so I can have a trade. A smile on my face so long as I get paid. I wanna be a first and I wanna be a last. I wanna be the bubbles in your bubble bath. I went to the doctor, but he said go home. Walk all your windows in my toilet room. The virus is spreading, it comes out at night. Wisdom is living in blight. Oh. Heading in everyone's sight. The man on the telly was right. One more try, you will see eye to eye. Do you keep the values to which we strive? And do you want to see the high street survive? One more try, you will see eye to eye. Do you keep the values to which we strive? And do you want to see the high street survive? One more try. Cold and bloody, bricks and muddy, nowhere to run. You draw your gun. Cold and bloody, bricks and muddy, nowhere to run. You draw your gun. Cold and bloody, bricks and muddy, nowhere to run. You trust no one. One more try, and we'll see eye to eye. Do you keep your values to which we strive? And do you want to see the high street survive? One more try, and we'll see eye to eye. Do you keep the values to which we strive? And do you want to see the high street survive? One more try, and we'll see eye to eye. Do you keep the values to which we strive?
You call that radio?
Call that radio.
What back to the people who hated on me?
Right, and then I see the disinfectant that knocks it out in a minute. That's mad, isn't it?
Is this a Netflix thing?
It's actually a podcast.
What the fuck's a podcast?
You know, it's kind of like a radio show.
Oh, that! Radio!
Yeah.
And is there a way we can do something like that?
I couldn't help it.
By injection inside or
Yeah, I think so because I think just painting in general because I think like my poems in my painting.
No, cut. Absolute amazing stuff there. I live.
Not to sound like an absolute dickhead here, but I love just having an excuse to watch that again.
Good stuff. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. I think it meant a lot to you, just the fact that you know the live thing getting taken away, and then all of a sudden you've got an excuse to do your thing.
Yeah, it was dead fun. It was
man.
Our first time like doing a sort of live session like that, so it was a really cool like experience. I mean, we went down to London like 2 years ago and done like a thing with Ratchet Presents, but that was like a live gig. It wasn't just like a live session, if that makes sense. But yeah, no, it's really cool, especially like you were saying with live shows being out not happening. It was nice to be all together and play in one room again.
And was there any rustiness to overcome?
I had an entire mare that day. I really did. I worked from 6 in the morning to like maybe 1. Then I turned up. I was pure tired, and I hadn't played bass in ages, and I was just a mess. But we got through it eventually.
Did it just all click at one point?
It took us a while, but we locked in, man. Judas was so knackered, didn't even wish me a happy birthday. Fuck's sake.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I know, mate. It was good. Like that was always going to happen. Like because it was so last minute as well, we couldn't really get like. Maybe we even had one practice before it. I don't think we did. Like so that was always going to happen, but like usually once you've like it was sort of like brain memory, muscle memory, like
muscle memory, muscle. Well, the muscle and the brain, muscle brain memory. It's an issue that we've been coming up with, having to come up against as well. Is you've got all these bands that obviously would love to play a live gig, but when we're doing like a live stream from a venue with no audience, just an interactive audience every 2 months or so. But there's just so many bands out there that would love to play, but they haven't practiced, and they can't. You know, depending on what tier you're in, it might be that certain band members can't come together anywhere, or there's no. Or you know, like maybe there's no studios open. You know, some bands that have got their own studio, but if you don't have your own studio, then you know there's all those kind of problems that people are coming up against. So yeah, man, it's not as easy as you would think it would be to book for a gig right now, despite the fact that there's a million people that want to book. But obviously, if you're going live on telling it's a live stream as well, so there's not really much place for complacency.
I've totally
We've got the Scats in the house.
Oh, yes. Fucking love that, man.
Absolute legend.
Happy belated birthday, Scat, man.
It's his birthday as well this week. Happy belated birthday, John. I would imagine that he's filmed you over the years in various venues.
Ina's videoed us, and it was at the Fred Payton Centre. Then I think he just came up to Barry. I think it was like that was bloody brilliant.
That was great. That. So I've been looking for years. That was great. That.
Yeah, so absolute legend in the music scene, and I don't know how many videos, but he's been documenting all the music videos over the years from the live music scene. We salute you, John. I hope you had a good birthday, and it'll be good to see you back out in the real world. Also, I love John's ongoing battle against people at the ABC security guards and the bar security sometimes. So yeah, man,
He's a warrior, mate. Fucking love the kid.
It's just I think that's the thing that's I think when you're out and about playing gigs all the time, you've got you meet all you see so many friends or characters or acquaintances, and just bumping into new people randomly. Just music just got a way of just introducing people, and the amount of people that you meet over the course of a year, and we'll be doing this show, but it's not the same thing at all, man. And really missing it. If you were to do, say, for example, the Tears were knocked down, there's found a cure, it's over, panic over, where would your dream gig be? What venue would it be at, and who would be on your bill? Barry, we'll go with you first, one at a time.
No, that's a fucking great question, by the way, man. I'm gonna go pure roots for it for a welcome back and go to the Priory, and I'd love to have Dead Pony, Wiz, and Ghost Baby opening, because I've been scanning them what the fuck the last few days in terms of what a local here in the Priory gig. Us, Dead Pony, and Ghost Baby.
That sounds all over that. What about yourself?
But probably the same venue, Priory, just for the sake of it being Priory, pure small and intense. As for support, probably Dead Pony, Ghost Baby as well, but Stoned Immaculate are great, and I don't know, man. I don't know. Looking further afield, I'd really love to play a show with Bad Nerves, because they're unbelievable. They're so good. And Yard Act as well, if you haven't heard of them, they're a band from Hull. They're really, really good. They're doing that right now. Yeah, Priory.
Good. Sounds good. And of course, the Priory. Well, how good would it be to be in a sweaty pit at the Priory right now? And how important is the Priory to Glasgow?
I feel like just like taking. I feel like I've taken the Friday for granted now that I can't go and go to these gigs. Like so many like moments that I cherish, and like being there, especially for like us when we were like playing there quite regularly. Like I remember very fondly our gig with Sway there. I think that may be one of my favourite gigs I've ever done. We just like finished off doing tunes like Look What a Mess and stuff like that in the studio. We played it for the first time. It was amazing. Everyone was like pure into it, and they just felt pure different. I mean, we also done, man, you can think of this lineup's mental. Like we done a gig in the Pride, and it was us, the Dunce, Rascal, and Dead Pony in Snash, with like Baby Stains DJing. It was just like, that's a gig that fucking like you might not see again. And like if you were to see it, it'd be a much bigger venue that could probably go to somewhere like the QMU, or dare I say at the Barras or something like that. Like that lineup is insane. It's just mental, like how many promising acts have been made there, and like where they are now compared to it. Like I'm so happy to like being a part of that when it was like coming up as well for us.
Absolutely. Would you like to add to that?
No, sorry, I've got something going on in the house now.
Something going on? That sounds really mysterious.
So I think I might need to bounce.
You've what?
We've got an electrician just
it's an
in,
electrician.
so I think
All right, no, sorry, so just kept it mysterious. There's something going down. As long as you're safe and everything, that's cool. Right, well, that's fine, man. We're going to actually play a music video from you guys just now. You feel free to bounce out, man. If you need to go and speak to the electrician, you're free.
No worries. Probably be back.
That's fine. No worries, man. We've got So we'll go. I'm loving this music video. It's quite strange because I'm actually in the middle of editing a music video just now, and
really?
just you're on the same. It's not the exact same location, but there's a bit where you cross the street and you actually look down to the location that I'm editing a video on just now. Because basically what I did was went into Glasgow on a Saturday night, and it's just empty, obviously right now because there's nothing happening. So that was kind of the concept to kind of ham it up a bit. I don't know if it's much of a concept, but it's just quite weird just walking about Glasgow and it being empty. But I'm loving this one. You're basically walking. You're walking. Tell us a bit about this video.
It was so fun to record, man. It's so fun to film. Sorry, we'd gotten into a bit when Eric and Casper of Humble Films, like we were like talking about doing the music video. They've like spoken about this idea, and it just seems pure. It seemed pure dino, and like the location, and that was great. The hard thing about the location was obviously we're running down the alleyway, but so it's like 3 alleyways across 2 roads. So it was pretty hard to like if we were doing a bit and a car was coming down, you like even if you passed the first road and a car came, you had to go to the start. If you passed the first road and then got to the second road and a car came, you had to like go all the way back, which is a bit of a gutter. And we had like, it was pure annoying, man. But like I think it took a wee while. We had like a proper like sort of almost like a test run footage of it because we couldn't get like the proper equipment for it at one point, and then we had to do it a second day, which was good because the second day we like knew what was happening, we knew what bit was, we were just more rehearsed with it, so it all turned out well, man. But it was quite tough to get it because this was obviously pre-COVID, and it's like off like Bath Street and stuff. That's a lot of people were like driving from Bath Street to get done. I can't remember what street the pot still's on, but it's that street that we're crossing by. It was so hard, but so worth it, man.
Absolutely,
and obviously getting Ari and Adam involved as well to get everyone coming in. Like it was such a good idea from the Humble Boys, man. Very good.
Let's take into account severity. I can't just hide it all. Makes my brain feel numb. So let's just pretend nothing's wrong. No time for me to be brave, 'cause I don't really need to talk. Take me, start with me to my grave. I was thinking to myself, ways to express how I really feel, but I always end up better with it looking like a mess. I've been thinking to myself, ways to express how I really feel, but I always end up better with it looking like a mess. Cannot take this anymore. The time is now. Thoughts are there, but the words are not, and I don't know how. Yeah, I'm just gonna come up with it. Feels like the only option. Yeah, I'm just gonna come up with it. I don't care about the repercussions. I've been thinking to myself, ways to express how I really feel, but I always end up better with it looking like a mess. I need to stop thinking myself low, 'cause every time I feel like this, gotta
I got you. Ready?
Yeah, he's
1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yo, this is Charlie Tuna from Jurassic 5 live and direct here in Glasgow, Scotland, and you call that radio?
We are here to tell people that we hear you. One God will not allow us as people of conscience to lose our morale. We see the crimes of this government, how they support every dictator and criminal on this earth. Sometimes you can feel down. Sometimes
Brilliant stuff. I just want to say a quick shout out to the new patrons that have signed up in December. We've got Kath, Louise, Mo, Tam, Bomb Scare, Kath, 2 Kaths, Louise. Thank you very much. We are now at 185 patrons. Thank you for helping us build the thing. We're going to do the raffle in a wee bit as well. We're here right now with Gallus, and we're just amazing video there. And yeah, man, it's good to hear the sort of this, because I was wanting to ask the question: is it in a one take or is it clever editing? But I don't also like asking that question because then I ruin the magic sometimes. So it's good to know that you did stick to your guns and just keep doing it over and over again.
Aye. Like, I feel like if it was cleverly edited, and maybe Casper and like Eric are that talented to do so, it would even just like, it wouldn't be the whole thing it was, because it's all about the energy at that moment as well, which I think makes it like.
Yeah, you can see just like the way everyone's kind of got a spring in their step towards the end at the home stretch, like
yeah,
like we've fucking made it, we've made it.
Aye.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. So who did the video?
Casper and Eric at Humble Films. They do music. They've done music videos for Fobs, for Chris Kerr, and like many other bands that are so talented. I can't speak any more highly of them. They're so amazing at what they do. And if anyone's looking to like do anything music video wise, I would say chase them up, man. They are so good at what they do, and hopefully you think that music video is a thing to go by as a testament to their talent.
Petra's agreeing with you. Great video, excellent stuff, says Alan. We've also got Mark in the house. We've got Andrew tuned in as well. And bang on, lads, says Mark McInnes. So aye, man, it's great. So it's is that the only music video that you've actually finished? Is that something that you're looking to do more of?
Yeah, for sure. It's music videos kind of give your song a different life after it's released, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be looking to do that with either one of the tunes that we've released or one of the future ones that will come out in the near future.
It's quite interesting. I think there's going to be a lot of. I think we'll be able to look back in a few years' time and be able to date a video was made in 2020 or not, because it'll either be done with little windows like we see here, like 3 windows as the band play. You'll see the masks, or you'll see somebody walking down an empty street like the one I'm heading just now. And I think that when these restrictions aren't there anymore, you'll be getting the opposite. I would imagine it'll be a totally different.
I think the way some of them are done are pure amazing. By the way, you see, start a lockdown, Fabric Bear. They done that song Rona, Why Did You Cancel the Party? And they got just everyone. Ryan Hunter got everyone to send videos of what they do during lockdown, and they made a snippet to the song. Like that's the example that stands out in my head. Like I loved how creative people were getting, even though we were locked in our own house, man. It was like, it'll be good when everything comes back and you get these spectacular things again. But it was a testament to a lot of people's creativity, that stuff, I think, as well.
I love it as well, man. I totally agree with you, because it's everything's more difficult. It's more difficult to release music. It's more difficult to do anything. But I've got so much respect for everybody just trying to do stuff. People trying to do the live stream gigs and stuff like that. And I know it's not for everyone's cup of tea, but I think just people that just keep going and doing it. And also absolutely respect the people who are just sort of sitting back and waiting for the storm to pass, and maybe using it as a good time to sort of recharge as well. And what challenges did you notice when you were done? Because you've obviously just released a single, a meal deal, if you will. Can you tell us about the meal deal?
It's just we released Marmalade last month, and then released What Do I Know last week as well. And we just thought we had the like stems of I Try Gorbals put together, and before lockdown we went on a wee Scottish tour, and David O'Leary, sound engineer, the sound engineer of Mash House, like recorded our set from there, from the desk, and he sent us like some tunes, and we thought, well, we had it, and it was the Bandcamp leaving the Bandcamp Friday, so we thought, why not just have a wee bit of fun with it, get them out, and because it's very hard these days to be a musician, like especially because even if you're like your streams are doing well, that doesn't mean that like you're getting sufficient funds to record more, which has now become more necessary now. So it was important for us to have these products that we believe are like more worth than like 0.001 pence or something, whatever you get from Spotify. So I thought we'll get it out, and it's just a good way to like support bands and stuff like that as well.
And I understand that you raised was it £94 million or something?
£4.9 million, mate.
4.9 million. Was that in British pounds or in US dollars? That's how they get you. You know, you think you've made £5 million, but it's actually only $5 million or something like that. Although having said that, the British pound is probably, fuck knows, British pound's not the best anyway. But yeah, man, I think I don't agree with what you're saying. With Bandcamp's been a total lifeline for acts for years now, and I've noticed that even if you do have the same thing on Spotify, and maybe your fans are using Spotify mostly to consume the music or listen to it on the move, they might not even use the download or the CD. But I think that a true fan knows that they've got to support the music if they want it to see more of it. Do you know what I mean?
100%, man. And that the way of doing that, like before all this stuff, was going to see gigs, supporting them by being at shows, and like me being a band and a fan of other bands, like that was always like something that people are passionate about if you really like their tunes and stuff. I use Spotify, like I do all that stuff as well, but it's just not it's a situation that is sadly unfair, but you can't really do anything about it. So when these opportunities arise, like Bandcamp Fridays and whatnot, it's now just more important to take them, I think.
Because it's true. I mean, there's people that are maybe doing a wee bit better financially because they've still kept their job and they're not going on 3-day benders at the weekend, going to all the gigs and the nightclubs, and so as a result, they have maybe got a little bit more money. And there's been people that have been passing that on, whether that's been buying a band T-shirt or supporting Patreons and stuff like that. I mean, that's how we've got through this year, is purely based on the generosity of people to support the Patreon. And that's, like you said, this I don't put up a paywall for this show either, because I think that it should be free for everyone. It's the same what we're doing with the Capture Works gig on Saturday. We did talk about, we should probably be charging tickets in order to maximise the profits, but at the end of the day, the bands want to reach as many people as possible. People 100%. Are going through a hard time, so it should be about, enjoy it for free. But if you can afford, please stick a tenner in or something like that.
Exactly.
And that should be the model, and I hope that can continue.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, man. It's hard. Like we're in a situation where a lot of people are like the most financially fucked they've ever been in their lives, man. Do you know what I mean? Like it goes a long way. And like I'm very thankful for the people that have supported us in that way and believe we're like worth that support as well. It's a very daunting time, but it's been an eye opener for people sticking together, which I find very good and very healthy.
Sticking together,
and I think it's going to be all right. I think everything's going to be okay. Is that right?
What do you mean?
Is everything going to be all right?
Aye, of course, mate.
Everything's going to be fine.
Aye.
I heard that here first. We've got a request. Mr. Flibbles is very cross at COVID.
Nice.
I know. What COVID? What you like? Fucking rascal.
Fuck you.
Bloody
Fuck you.
rascal. That was a bloody rascal. We've got Face Gowan in the house. Scats has a wee request for actual factual, if you don't mind. Tinfoil hat ready. What does he mean by that?
He's the artwork.
Yeah,
He's the
so
artwork for actual factual. There's a
Is
picture
he?
of him with a tinfoil hat. Aye.
Okay,
Yeah.
what we'll do is we'll actually we do a request for you, John. We'll do a request. We're going to play actual factual live from the garage, and then I'll hopefully dig out the artwork because I've not seen the artwork. I'd like to see it. Which I was just looking at. I've only seen the first few seconds of it because I just seen it earlier on. But yeah, it was straight away I got some nice memories of playing the garage with my band supported the Mickey Nines. And it was packed as well. It was a beautiful experience to play there. And it's quite funny because the first thing that comes through your head when you think of the garage is, of course, the nightclub, which is obviously not my particular scene. But you always forget that. And obviously, I went to the garage years and years ago, and I was many moons ago to watch the Dandy Warhols and stuff. And it is a brilliant venue for live music. And I think sometimes we forget about that.
Yeah. I know, I bet great gigs there, especially when Tenement Trail was in Circular Street.
Yeah, I was doing a Tenement Trail as well.
I've very fond memories of seeing Baby Strange in 2017 there, and the Ninth Wave. They were in G2, and then Stag and Dagger. Seen bands like the Duds and Declan and stuff like that. They played. I think it was G2 as well. It's just such a great venue, man. Very great memories from it. That particular gig is probably my top gig that we've ever done, and special shout out to the Duds because they've given us a leg up like over the years. And
the Duds are smashing it.
Man, they're amazing boys, and they're like probably one of the most hardworking bands I know, and they deserve everything that's coming to them. Man, they've absolutely grafted for it, and they're amazing.
So what was it feeling when you're just about to go set the scene here? So you're about to go on stage. It looks packed.
Oh mate, it was daunting, man. Like, so because before that was the biggest gig and stuff. So like in terms of people, we played bad at Tenement Trail, and that was still surprising to us that we were fucking. Why are so many people here to see us, man? That is a bloody joke. These are all fools, but it was just good, just seeing them, and it was. I can't. I'm speechless at how happy that makes it. That whole gig makes me feel, to be honest, man. Setting the scene is I can't do it because I can't express how happy it makes me. Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant stuff. Oh, sorry, man. I seen the cat.
She's just invading me there. I was absolutely shaking myself for it because the garage was the place where I went to my first gig ever. Bring Me Horizon, hell yeah. And it's always been somewhere that I've always wanted to play. Having seen loads of my favourite bands there for years, and then actually playing it, supporting one of our good pals as well. It was mental. It's such a crazy day.
That was back, man.
Let's check it out.
educate our children to take their place in the economies of the 21st century. How do we do that? Given that we can't anticipate what the economy will look like at the end of next week. Every country on Earth is trying to figure out how do we educate our children so they have a sense of cultural identity and so that we can pass on the cultural genes of our communities while being part of the process of globalization. How do we square that circle?
You call that radio?
Makes coherent sense.
I should call that radio. We're live with Gallus, just watching back a memorable, momentous occasion at the garage, played alongside the Dunce. And I'm going to ask you in a wee minute about if there's been any up-and-coming bands that you've enjoyed this year that maybe dropped a music video that we can play, because later on we're going to, very soon, we're just going to have a raffle. And depending on how high the number is, I might need to do a bit of counting to see who actually won it. But we're going to go back. Let's go way back to where Gallus were born. As I understand, they're named after a bar. Gallus. We can tell us a little bit about where it all began and how it came about.
So, our lead guitarist and drummer, Eamon and Paul, they're cousins, and they've been playing music together for years and years prior to all this. They try and start bands, but never really kind of fitted in. I had no sort of any idea or inkling into what being in a band or what music and stuff. I studied acting at college and was wanting to pursue that. And Eamon just obviously was aware that I was an actor and stuff, and was I think we were in Krakow, and I was mad at it, and he was talking about it, or no, it was before Krakow, and he was saying, and I drunkenly was like, if you need someone to pretend to sing and shout for a punk band, I'll give it a bash. And he was like, fuck it, aye, why don't you? Because we all used to drink at Bar Gallus for years. That's how our friendship sort of with me and Eamon went to the same school, but we weren't really ever pals. But a group of pals were made from drinking in Gallus, and that's how we became pals. And then he'd asked us to try it out, and I worked in Counting House with Judas, and asked him to come along as well. And it's all fucking been shaped for there.
And we've got some comments from, where is he? Oh, in fact, actually, Scats, I've got your artwork. I tracked down the artwork just to so that they're actual factual. This guy's there with the tinfoil hat on. Now looking at the moon, I wonder what yeah, a great artwork. Who did that?
Our old guitarist Danny done it.
Looks great. We've got I've got this video lined up for Bad Nerves. So can you tell us a little bit about the live version of Bad Nerves? And in fact, don't do that. Yeah, I'm going to the raffle. So basically, we're going to do the raffle. We're going to play this tune and then we'll come back. So this is That Was Then. We're giving away That Was Then, the 2021 calendar, where the amazing artist Michelle Cohen has been walking around the streets of Glasgow, getting the pictures that sums up 2020. She's on the show the other night. So we're going to be giving away one of them. We're doing a daily raffle every day on You Call That Radio. So this is the prize for tonight. The random number generator is, well, just see what the number is. So there is 185 patrons, so we need to put in the number. Hold on, I'll bring it on the screen so you can see that I'm not cheating. I wouldn't cheat you out a calendar, for fuck's sake. But you never know, do you? So here we go. 185. 1 to 85 generate. The winner is 13. Do you know 13 is quite good because I can probably it's lucky for some. It's lucky for someone who is number 13. Let's find it. So this will be the 13th person to have signed up to our Patreon, which is, let's see.
Fingers crossed for Scats.
Fingers crossed for Scats. I don't know if he signed up. I think if he signed up, it was a while ago. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No fucking way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is incredible. This is unprecedented. In unprecedented times, Alan Bissett, the author and playwright, has won it. And do you know what? He won the book. He won Nip Neb's books on Monday or Tuesday. Because he was number 6. But since then, it's the 13th last person that signed up. And since then, we've had exactly the right amount of people who signed up, which means he's won again. I don't know if we should redraw that or not. We won't bother. We'll leave it. And what do you think? Should Alan Bissett win a calendar as well? Charlie Bastard.
Go for it.
I think he's just won a calendar as well. This is crazy, man. Like, he was number 6 and now he's number 13, which means we've had exactly 7 new patrons since Alan Bissett won the last time. Big shout out to Alan. Okay. Oh my God. Hi, Barry. Notice me, Barry. It says Arian.
Fuck off. Oh, that's Arian, our guitarist. I always notice him. Love him.
And how does the music come together? Who's writing the music?
It's all collective at the moment. It's sort of comes out of a thing that Eamon's wrote, and then it gets jammed in the studio until there's like a sort of product that can have a melody put into it, and then that's when me and Eamon fucking gives it that bash. It's I don't know other people's writing process, but it seems to work very well for us because I'm not that get fuck all musical knowledge compared to people like Eamon and Arian. So Eamon, Arian, and Paul and Judas. So when it's all finished there, I take my crack at it and hopefully like just throw enough shit at a wall that it sticks.
And the unprecedented times continue because the Lecky has tripped.
Oh,
so that we remember earlier on we were waiting on the electrician. Yeah. The electrician arrived, and the electrician seems to have fucked it up big time.
Rest in peace, Judas. I'd also like to point out that he is looking amazing after shaving his goatee off. I don't know if you noticed in the Eye to Eye video, his goatee and he's like shaved it off. He's looking fine.
Post goatee, and that's we've got with them inspiration stuff. When I was listening to Eye, it kind of reminded me of a hint of sensational Alex Harvey.
All right.
Is that a thing?
Not particularly. Me and Eamon always think like our inspiration just comes from who we want to bump at the time, man. But obviously in an artistic way. With Eye to Eye, we were listening to a lot of parquet courts at the time. That's like the sort of like driving thing that was inspiring us to write, and I just sort of like chops and changes sometimes. That's why what I said earlier, it was good to be in silence in a lockdown environment, to actually sit down and be like, wait a minute, what are we actually doing, to stick to one level and see what we can do from that, other than like just picking something and fucking doing it. Keeping us at things.
I like that idea. Never bump the same band twice.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Get a good rule to stick by. Mark McKinnon says it's a fix. I'll tell you what, man. You think COVID brings out conspiracy theories? Try doing a raffle every day. That's where the real conspiracy theories. Scott says, bought a Stag and Dagger ticket in the garage box office and also asked if they had a spare camera pass. Guy said, aye, but no crowd surfing tonight. Why do they hate the crowd surfing so much? Is it health and safety going mad?
That's a good question, to be honest. I've thought of that. In terms of like gigs we've done in like weird places like the Priory and stuff, like it's weird. I think it's like safer to do it there than in other places. There has been times where like I think it all also accounts to like who's going to the gigs as well. Who's like I feel like gigs are sometimes weirdly a safe environment. If you like fall down or if you get hurt, like chances are someone's going to help you up. Someone's going to make sure you're all right. It's like chaos, but it's controlled. But at the same time, like the accidents do happen. So I wouldn't say it's too much, but I understand people's annoyance towards it. Do you know what I mean?
What is the craziest mosh pit you've seen?
At Tina Park, 2013, was at Dizzy Rascal, and the biggest mosh pit was during Bonkers, and I get hit in the face and like a bit on my tongue, and like blood was like scrapping down my chin. That's the worst thing I've ever done, that I've ever like witnessed. What a gig! But
Tea in the Park, obviously, with a can of Tenants as well. Perfect product placement.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, Tea in the Park, man. It was some.
Take Boy at the Tea in the Park. We can't take Tea in the Park at the Boy.
Exactly. Tea in the Park is a state of mind. With the Tea in the Park, obviously, it's not coming back. But Transmit, you're obviously excited about the possibility of 2021 playing Transmit. What's been have you been going to the Transmits? What's been your best memories of Transmit so far?
Hands down. So I've been to all of them apart from the first year it happened, which was like, I'm pretty sure that was when Radiohead played. Went to the year and it was the day that Arctic Monkeys played, and then last year, which is hands down my favourite moment, was seeing Dead Pony and the Dunce. I was crying. I was crying seeing the Dunce live, because I was at the Dunce first ever gig in Record Factory, and just like seeing, like, it almost like took me back to like standing at the Record Factory watching, just like, and all the people that were there were their pals who didn't really know who they were. Like no one else outside of that didn't know who they were. The 20,000s of people at Tina Park, like I was just like flabbergasted with joy for them. And then Dead Pony as well, like they're our best mates as bands. Like I live with Blair from Dead Pony, me and Eamon live with Blair for Dead Pony, and it was just seeing your pals like get to that. It was just such a beautiful thing, man. Like that's hands down my favourite Transmit moment. Just seeing their mates.
I was at that as well, man. It was, you know, just an incredible moment. It's always good to see people coming through the system and absolutely smashing it as well, as you know, the crowd were loving
100%, man.
Just amazing stuff, amazing scenes. With regards to actually, are you writing all the lyrics?
In terms of tunes and that, yeah, I write most of them. There's tunes that Eamon's had his go writing, and there's tunes that we've both done it. But I'd say like most of it is written by me. But at the end of the day, whoever has an idea and goes for it can go for it.
Does it all come to you at one go, or do you spend a while on your lyrics, or what's the process?
It chops and changes, man, because I went through a phase of writing very internally and writing about how I feel about things and it was very, this is how I'm feeling, and I'm doing it in an artistic way. And I think it was because like my head state at the moment wasn't really in a good time for writing some of the songs. I was just like, my brain was like vomiting, and it came like pretty quickly. But with the latest tunes that we've put out, Eye to Eye, Marwood, What Do I Know, I done it with a more outside perspective and a more just sort of like just a new way of thinking things, just to change up how I wrote stuff. And that took a bit longer, but it was just quite good to like sort of change the way how you were doing it, how I was doing it as well. So it sometimes comes to me, and it sometimes can be like fast, but other times it needs to have a wee sit down and think.
And what advice would you give? Let's end it with a bit of advice for any young bands just starting out. What if they're thinking about starting a band? Obviously, post-COVID.
Right. Post-COVID, mate, do it. Just fucking do it. Like, I don't feel like I've got no right to give anyone advice. Just do whatever you think naturally is the right thing to do. And if you fuck up, you fuck up. I think the best thing to do, the best way to learn things is to fuck up, because you know not to do them again. And if you do them again, just you strive not to do it. Like, I'm got no right to give anyone advice. Just do whatever feels naturally to you, and fucking have a good time and meet new people and be friends with people and support who's above you, who's below you, who's the same sort of bit. Just be sound and fucking enjoy yourself.
Brilliant advice. Tomorrow night we've got the Square Goal from Scotland versus Wales, the hip hop edition with Captain Barrett of Boomtown Festival fame, and then Monday we've got Dead Sheeran. We'd
love to give a shout out to the Vanities. Like, I was watching a bit of that show. They are a fantastic band filled with fantastic people. Can't speak a bad word about the Vanities, man. They just know what they're doing. I feel like they're just locked in as a band. They're just writing absolute fucking gold at the moment.
The Vanities did pick Gallus for their dream gig, so hopefully that happens in the not too distant future. We can watch the Vanities if you're interested. If you enjoy a bit of Gallus, then you should check out the Vanities interview on You Call That Radio from the other night. You'll find that, and I think about 150, must be about 150 shows we've done since lockdown began on youtube.com. You Call That Radio. You'll find them there, and well, you'll find most of them. Some of them have been taken down for cheeky behaviour.
Oh no, love it.
Not cheeky behaviour.
Bit of a dilly dally, like it.
YouTube's like, you're in big trouble, mister. So with that, but there's a few, but most of them are there on youtube.com. If you're watching this, do hit the subscribe button, the big red button. We'll find out if Alan Bissett's going to take that calendar, or he's going to go for a redraw. I believe tomorrow night we've also got a big a merch pack, t-shirt, CDs from Bombskin to give away. So thanks to all the patrons for supporting. And we're going to end with a tune that you said was Bad Nerves. Tell us about this. Just what to set us up for that.
It was at the start of lockdown that it came out. Don't know if it was like recorded. It must have been recorded before it. Bad Nerves are currently my favourite band. They just released a record, and just as a full body of their debut record, and just as a body of work, it is outstanding. It's just fast paced. It's like just beautifully mixed. Beautiful, it sounds beautiful, and the lyrics are all there. It's just energy. I think it's a great band to listen to now, because it just makes you want to fucking go to a gig and just like go in a mosh pit or stand in the back. Like, it just makes you want to be involved in a live music experience. That's like, the record's so good, and this video is amazing.
So this is the live version I've got lined up, is that right?
Yeah, it can't be mine. Yeah, amazing.
Yes, brilliant stuff.
Cheers,
Barry. Thank you very much. All the best with the new single.
Thank you very much.
Follow Gallus on Spotify. Is that what we're focusing on just now? Getting those Spotify numbers up.
That, mate, whatever tickles your fancy with it. I go
get the
Spotify,
meal deal.
like,
Get the meal deal. So what you do
get
is
the meal deal,
download the meal deal, pay your money, support Gallus, and then add it to the playlist. Run those numbers up, nearly at 10,000 monthly listens, which is incredible stuff, man. So good luck, Barry. All the best. Keep making those tunes. And this is When with Bad Nerves. Anytime, man. Can't be mine. Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much to Gallus. We'll be back tomorrow night with the Wales versus Scotland hip hop edition. Captain, the legend from Boomtown Festival, is going to be on here telling us about Welsh hip hop. I'll be flying the flag for Scottish hip hop, and only one country can survive. It's a battle to the death. Go and support Gallus on Bandcamp. Go and check out their Spotify. Gallus and Gyro's gig would be nice. See you soon, hopefully. Yes, that'd be brilliant. Fuck the algorithm. Yes, fuck the algorithm. Boo. Yes, boo. And I think that's a good way to end it. We'll see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. I think we're going to be on Twitch. I think we're doing the music review show at 7 o'clock on Twitch. And then we'll be at twitch.tv/you call that radio. We'll be reviewing the music and the news of the week from 7 to 8. And then we'll be doing the battle between Scotland and Wales. So, I'll see you tomorrow.
You call that radio? You call that radio TV? No. You call that radio TV?
This is You Call That Radio.